השם לכל, טוב השם לכל, טוב השם לכל.
שמעתי שעושים פה מסיבה בלעדיי, אף אחד לא עושה את זה יותר טוב ממני. היי, נשים את הצרות מאחוריי, אני לא הולך עד שכולכם מג'נונים.
היי, שמעתי שהתחלתם בלעדיי, אף אחד לא עושה את זה יותר טוב ממני. היי, הראש כבר מסתובב כולם בהיי, לא נעצור עד שכולכם מג'נונים.
להיט, תרימו לי להיט, תרימו לב עולה, הקצב כאן עולה.
מהפכה של שמחה, כי כולנו משפחה,
ונרקוד בטירוף, כי הגיע הזמן לעוף.
מעכשיו רק שמחה, משקיעה והצליחה.
השתגענו מודים, אם שותים כן רוקדים. אלוהים, אלוהים, רק תשמור על הרוקדים, תחבק אוהבים, שתמיד נהיה שמחים.
אלוהים, אלוהים, רק תשמור על הרוקדים, תחבק אוהבים, שתמיד נהיה שמחים.
חייל, תרים לי את הקהל, הם לא רוקדים בכלל, תרימו את היד.
מהפכה של
זה הנר שבוער בי שכל אחד מקבל מאת אלוקים זו מתנה.
If everyone can please start taking their seats and clearing the aisle, Ezra, including you.
כדי להודות ולהלל לשמך הגדול, כדי להודות ולהלל לשמך הגדול, על ניסיך ועל נפלאותיך על ישועתך, כדי להודות ולהלל. זה הנר שבוער בי שכל אחד מקבל מאת אלוקים זו מתנה. זה הנר שבוער בי ואני מתפלל, נא תריק בי את הנשמה. כדי להודות ולהלל לשמך הגדול, כדי להודות ולהלל לשמך הגדול, על ניסיך ועל נפלאותיך על ישועתך, כדי להודות ולהלל. כדי להודות ולהלל לשמך הגדול, כדי להודות ולהלל לשמך הגדול, על ניסיך ועל נפלאותיך על ישועתך, כדי להודות ולהלל.
If we could start clearing the aisles so that we can get started in 2 minutes.
הלל השם אלוקים, והגדלנו בתודה. הלל השם אלוקים, והגדלנו בתודה. י' וו' השם אלוקינו, השם אחד. י' וו' השם אלוקינו, השם אחד.
We ask everyone to please find their seats. We will be beginning shortly. Please clear the center aisle and find your seats.
If everyone can please silence their cell phones, we're going to begin momentarily. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the administration and faculty of the Stella K. Abraham High School for Girls. Please join me in welcoming the Stella K. Abraham High School for Girls graduating class of 2025. Ladies and gentlemen and graduates, please remain standing for the national anthem, followed by the recitation of Tehillim Perek Chaf, led by Rabbi Zakatinsky.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
As all of us are glued to our news feeds and in constant contact with our families living in our homeland, our hearts are with Acheinu B'nai Yisrael Be'eretz Yisrael. We all know that Ein Lanu Al Mi Sha'ein El Avinu Shebashamayim. So together, as a powerful tzibur, probably close to 1,000 people here in this room, please join me in reciting each pasuk responsively as we recite Perek Chaf. Lamnatzeach Mizmar LeDavid. Yancha Adonai b'yom tzara, Yisagevcha Shem Elohei Yaakov. Yishlach Ezrecha mikodesh umitzion yisadeka. Yizkar kol minchosecha v'lascha yadash nesela. Yitein lecha kilvavecha v'chol atzascha yimalei. Niran Rabbi Yeshua secha v'shem Eloheinu nidgol, yimalei Adonai kol mishalosecha. Ata yadati ki yoshei Adonai mishicho, yanei mishmei kadsho b'guros yesha yimino. Eile barechev v'eile basusim, v'anachnu b'shem Adonai Eloheinu nazkir. Heima karu v'nafalu v'anachnu kamenu v'nisodod. Adonai Hoshia HaMelech Yaneinu B'yom Kareinu.
Please be seated. Good morning, happy Father's Day, and welcome to the parents, grandparents, those who are here with us, and those who are sorely missing from today's occasion. I would like to take a moment to introduce to you to those of us who are standing here up on the stage. My name is Stephen Botnick, the President of the Board of Trustees. To my left is Mrs. Elisheva Kamenetsky, our head of school. Mrs. Bluma Drebin, principal. Miss Alana Flamenhoft, associate principal. Mrs. Abby Miller, associate principal. Mrs. Sandy Pomerantz, assistant administrator. To my right, Rabbi Yosef Zakatinsky, director of student programs. Mrs. Shira Englander, dean of students. Mrs. Zahavet Mandelbaum and Mrs. Bonnie Siklik, co-chairs of the SKA Parent Council, and Mrs. Adrian Mitten, our executive director. I would now like to call upon our salutatorians, Sarah Goldstein and Eden Israeli, to give their salutatorian address.
Honored faculty, fellow graduates, and beloved family and guests, it is such an honor and privilege to be standing here as one of the representatives of a graduating class that is so full of passion, hard work, and success. First and foremost, I must publicly express my hakarat tov to Hashem for bringing us to this point in our lives. As I was reflecting back on my experience at SKA, the phrase I kept coming back to was Torah im derech eretz. In Pirkei Avot, Ramban Gamliel says, Yafei Talmud Torah im derech eretz. Excellent is the study of Torah when combined with derech eretz. Rav Shimshon Raphael Hirsch famously interprets derech eretz as the balance between and the comp of keeping Torah laws and engaging with the secular world. Rav Hirsch believed that Torah belongs in every sphere of life, not only in shul or shir, but also in the workplace and the sciences. He believed that when we engage with the world through a lens of Torah, we are not chas v'shalom profaning the Torah. Rather, we are elevating and uplifting the world. In our 4 years here at SKA, we have truly learned what this entails, and we have come to appreciate how this idea shapes our lives. In SKA, I have been shown times where pi is calculated in the Gemara, how the Big Bang could be a reflection and mimic of Briat HaOlam, and the impactful role Jews have played during critical times of American history. We've been taught through both our Judaic and secular classes how to use the skill that the outside world gives us to serve Hashem and appreciate Him and His creations. This idea is integral to SKA as a school, where the message of bringing Torah into all aspects of the world has been strongly imparted to us. Rav Soloveitchik, in his essay, The Lonely Man of Faith, speaks about two aspects of man. Adam 1, who seeks to build, accomplish, and master the world, and Adam 2, who seeks meaning, humility, and closeness with Hashem. We must do our best to be a combination of the two, to be someone who strives for excellence in the world, while also having the humility that comes with being about Torah, someone who sanctifies the world along with building it. That is our mission, to go out into the world as thinkers, leaders, and professionals, but never forgetting our Torah compass and ensuring that all we do is in service of Hashem. There is perhaps no greater place where this combination is seen than the land of Israel, where Yerushalayim and Bnei Brak are filled with Torah study, while Tel Aviv produces yet innovation, prophecy and progress side by side. Appreciating this modern day miracle has also been at the forefront of our SK education. And of course, even during this joyous time, we're davening for the speedy release of all the hostages, for the safety of our heroic soldiers, and for Achinu B'nai Yisrael and Eretz Yisrael. So to our incredible administration, rebbeim, and teachers, thank you for showing us how to live these ideals. The centrality of Torah and mitzvot, Torah and Derech Eretz, and love for Eretz Yisrael and Medinat Yisrael. You have shown us how to live with integrity and kindness, and you have taught us valuable lessons that we will take with us for the rest of our lives. I would also like to thank my teachers from HALB who imparted these lessons from a young age. To our parents and families, thank you for giving us this foundation. You have shown us all how to be proud of who we are and how to live lives infused with Torah. And now, my incredible friends and fellow graduates. When my family moved from Brooklyn to Woodmere, I was exactly thrilled. Not only were we moving away from most of our family, but I was leaving behind incredible friends. But that anxiety quickly melted away on my very first day at HALB. I was welcomed by a group of incredible girls who made me feel comfortable in an otherwise foreign place. As the years passed and elementary school transitioned to high school, our grade welcomed in an even greater group of girls, each one adding her own spark, enriching our class. In these last 4 years, we've danced together, sang together, cried together, studied together, volunteered together, and most importantly, learned that as long as we were together, all 89 of us, 89, the gematria of the word guf, one body, we could do anything. And so, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you all. Thank you for your inspiration. Thank you for your thoughtfulness. Thank you for the laughs. Thank you for just being you. As we move forward into the next stage of our lives, whether that be seminary, college, or anything else, let us carry these values with us. To be people of Torah in the lab, in the hospital, in the courtroom, wherever life takes us. We must remember that Derech Eretz and Torah are not two separate paths, but one beautiful journey. Mazel tov.
Good afternoon, parents, teachers, family, friends, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2025. Today we gather at the end of one journey and the beginning of another. We worked so hard to reach this moment. We've grown, learned, stumbled, and succeeded. And now we're here, ready to step forward. This week's Parsha, Parsha Naso, begins with a phrase that might seem like just a technical instruction, but also holds a timeless and powerful message. The Torah says, Naso at Rosh B'nai Gershon Gamhim, lift the heads of the sons of Gershon as well. It's a command to count the members of the family of Gershon. But the Torah doesn't say count them, it says Naso, lift their heads. Why? This is because counting can be impersonal. It can reduce people to numbers. But Naso at Rosh, lifting the head, means recognizing the value, the dignity, and the individuality of each person. The Chatam Sofer points out the verse Gamhim, them too, when referring to the sons of Gershon. This teaches that even those who might seem less central are still valued. The Torah is saying everyone matters. Even quieter roles are sacred. No one is extraneous. Each person has a part to carry, and every part counts. It's the Torah's way of saying, you matter. You are not just a name on a list. You are someone with purpose. And that's what SKA has done for us. In these halls, we weren't just students. We were seen. So I would like to take the time to thank the teachers who noticed and cared for us, the administration for their endless support, and our parents for their constant encouragement and sacrifices. But also to each girl in this grade for showing up for one another every single day. We weren't just preparing for finals. We were preparing for life, with values, confidence, and a deep sense of who we are. Whether it was in the Beit Midrash, a science lab, or school production, SKA has lifted our heads. It made us believe we were capable of more than we ever thought possible. High school can sometimes feel like a series of numbers. GPAs, test scores, deadlines, but graduation is a time to pause, not just to count achievements, but to lift our heads, to present each of us for who we are and who we are becoming. Nassau at Roche is also a message for us, the graduates. To lift our head means to walk with pride, to carry ourselves with confidence and dignity. Not arrogance, but a quiet strength that comes from knowing your worth. To lift your head means to raise your perspective. As we go out into the world, whether to college, seminary, or work, don't just look at what's right in front of you. Rather, the Torah teaches us to look deeper, to see beyond the moment. Make sure to constantly ask yourself, who do I want to become? What kind of difference do I want to make in the world that Hashem has placed me in? And maybe, most importantly, to lift your head means to rise to responsibility. The tribe of Gershon wasn't given the most glamorous job. They carried curtains and ropes, but it was sacred work. You too may find yourselves doing tasks that seem small, but do them with heart. Carry your part of the Mishkan. Contribute to something greater than yourself. So today we say, Nassau at Rosh. Be proud of all you've done. Be aware of all you can become. Step into the future, not as someone who has been counted, but as someone who counts. Mazal Tov, class of 2025.
Thank you, Sarah and Eden. I would now like to introduce our head of school, Mrs. Elisheva Kamenetsky, to address our graduates.
Bereshus Rabbanim, members of the dais, esteemed faculty and colleagues, parents, grandparents, and guests. Dear graduates, this is an incredible moment of joy for each of you and your families. This morning, as we celebrate you, the class of 2025, with many in this room who are proud family members of our brave soldiers fighting in Sahel, all of our hearts and tefillot are also focused on the safety of our brothers and sisters in Israel. Both world events and graduation share a connection highlighted by psukim in yesterday's parsha. Vayhi b'nsoa Haaron, vayomer Moshe, Kuma Adonai, v'yafutzu oivecha v'yanusu misonecha miponecha, u'benocho yomar shuva Hashem revavot alfei Yisrael. The psukim refer to the Aron, that at times accompanied Bnei Yisrael to war, and at other times stayed in the inner sanctum, the Kodesh HaKdashim, the heart of the Mishkan, often representing the heart of the Jewish people. These psukim are surrounded by an unusual phenomenon, inverted nuns. Chazal teach us that the nuns serve as parentheses, and that these psukim are actually considered a chapter unto themselves. In the book Vision and Leadership, Rav Soloveitchik is quoted as explaining that these psukim, separated by the inverted nuns, transition to a story that actually inverted our historical process. Prior to these psukim, spiritual momentum was building in the Parsha. While Am Yisrael are still in the Midbar, all eyes are on Eretz Yisrael, with special mitzvot like Pesach Sheni that can only be performed in Eretz Yisrael. The Mishkan has finally been dedicated. The camp is arranged in military and spiritual formation. Moshe actually invites his father-in-law to join the journey, physical and spiritual, toward Eretz Yisrael. The readiness is not just logistical, it is deeply aspirational. The Jewish people are poised for a moment of destiny. The trumpets will soon sound, the Ananei HaKavod will lift, and the nation will begin its march towards Geula. And then, suddenly, the story becomes much more complex, hinting at the challenges that lie ahead on this journey to Geula and our beloved Eretz Yisrael. Between the inverted nuns lies a turning point. Vayihi b'tzoa ha'aron describes the Aron Brit Hashem, miraculously leading the people. These words capture the people's personal and national drive towards spiritual elevation and their sense of divine purpose. Rav Soloveitchik explains that these psukim, brief as they are, symbolize the ideal. The people aligned with Hashem's vision, the Aron going forth before the people, unimpeded, Hashem's enemies scattered. It's a picture of religious triumph, clarity of mission, and spiritual direction. But the ideal is short-lived. Immediately following these psukim, things start to unravel. The people complain, first generally and then about the man, and finally about Moshe himself. The dream is clouded by anxiety, fear, and confusion. This tension between the ideal and the real, between spiritual aspiration and human frailty, is one that speaks deeply to human nature. The Torah does not only speak about perfection, it is the story of human beings striving towards Hashem, often falling short. Between the ideal and the real, between spiritual vision and human weakness, actually lies the messiness of life. To our dear graduates, as I look out at each and every one of you, the class of 2025 and its individual graduates, I see both the ideal and the real. Today, we come together to celebrate you and all of your accomplishments. In the context of your high school journey, today is the ideal. And yet, for much of your high school journey, Israel has been actively at war. Our brothers and sisters on the battlefields and in their homes in Israel have been living with great risk and under unfathomable pressure. Far from the ideal, war is actually very real and brings with it pain, suffering, loss, anxiety, and confusion. Over the last 2 years, we've been inspired collectively and individually by the people of Israel. With regularity, we welcomed heroes from Israel to SKA, and a day has not passed where we did not set aside time to connect to and daven for Achenu B'nai Yisrael be'Eretz Yisrael. We strived, la'oram neilech, to live the ideal and to follow and learn from the midot and perspectives of those in Israel who have sacrificed so much for us and Jews all over the world. The journey to Geula is tumultuous and at times even torturous, but we have learned from Einav Danino, Jen Early, Rabbi Daron Peretz, Rabbanit Noah Lewis, Hadass Lowenstern, and so many others that despite the messiness, we stand strong with Emunah as we move forward in supporting our precious and beloved state of Israel on the journey towards Geula. While you have experienced all of this during your high school years, I look out at you this morning and recognize that your own high school experience and your own individual road traveled to reach this milestone today was also very real, containing personal moments of challenge and uncertainty as you stretched yourself academically, socially, and with extracurricular opportunities. Not every STEM or art project was ready for presentation on the first go-around. Not every spiritual Kabbalah that you took upon yourself as you were inspired by your teachers and programs was fulfilled perfectly. And not everything went, as we say, as you may have drawn it up in practice. But you persevered. You didn't let imperfections in yourself or others get in your way. And this is what we celebrate today. Your perseverance and resilience through the more textured and complicated situations that we all confront in life. Hodu la Hashem ki tov. That is what we thank Hashem for today, for being the Shomer Yisrael, asher lo yanum v'lo yishan. He who gives every member of Am Yisrael the strength to navigate tumultuous times. Vayihi b'nsoa ha'aron. Our relationship with Hashem is the aron we carry in our hearts. He is always there for us to reach out to and draw strength from in the messiness of our personal and national lives. Hashem has many shlichim. He sends many messengers. Many people have supported you on your high school journey, in the ideal moments and smooth sailing times, and in more difficult times as well. In the words of Mr. Fred Rogers, a nationally renowned educator from my youth, when I was a boy and I would see scary things in the news, my mother meant an achievement that we acknowledge the people, the helpers, that make the unique and supportive atmosphere at SKA is due first and foremost to the extraordinary faculty and staff. Each person cares, inspires, encourages, nurtures, and works hard for each and every student. Their dedication knows no bounds. Thank you for all that you do for our students when they are in SKA and beyond. During the 4 years of high school, your teachers have tried not just to transmit information, but give you tools for life. They have shown you, Vayihi b'nsoa ha'aron, how to carry the Torah with you as you navigate your role in the future with your family, your profession, and your community. When we taught lessons in class, they carried messages to apply outside the classroom, to be Jews that carry the Torah lessons with you proudly at all times. Join me in extending deep hakarat hatov to all who lend the support and lay the foundation for HALB. The board of directors of HALB, led by our chairman of the board, Mr. Lance Hurt, and our president, Mr. Stephen Botnick, and in particular, the SKA board liaison, Mrs. Tammy Rudinsky. Your commitment and dedication to excellence helps us continue to provide a cutting-edge educational experience in Limudei Kodesh and general studies for our girls, with new opportunities available every year. Mrs. Drebin and I rely on your wisdom, experience, and your unwavering support of SKA and its mission. There are a lot of details that go into running a school on a day-to-day basis. We thank our executive director, Mrs. Adrienne Mitten. Adrienne, we all note your care and concern to move our yeshiva forward, to offer the best possible opportunities for all of our students. We thank you for all that you do for SKA. Thank you to Mr. Chaim Hollander, Director of Operations, for all of your daily help and support, especially in setting up this graduation and its many details. Thank you to Mr. Nachi Cooper, Director of Technology, for your help in putting together today's graduation and helping maintain all of our systems. Mrs. Drebin and I thank Rabbi Kamenetsky and Rabbi Englinger, who are our sounding boards, our advisory council, and our fellow collaborators. Mazel tov to you, Rabbi Englinger, and to our dear colleague, Mrs. Shira Englinger, on Rivka's graduation. Thank you to Mrs. Bonnie Siklik and Mrs. Ahavit Mandelbaum, chairs of the SKA Parent Council. We thank you both for your dedication and leadership. None of us would get through a single day without our dedicated office staff. You are the backbone of all that we do. Mrs. Idella Goldenberg, Mrs. Alyssa Grunbaum, Mrs. Aileen Melman, and Mrs. Leah Solomon. To Frankie and our entire maintenance staff, thank you for tending to our every need as you help maintain our facilities and help transition our spaces from a davening space to a lunchroom to an assembly location to production space, all in the span of just a few hours. Mrs. Drebin and I consider it a privilege and are honored to work with each and every faculty and staff member. Join me in a round of applause to pay tribute to these most remarkable people. The SK administration are the people who our teachers and students turn to for support. Mrs. Drebin and I gain from our collaboration with you and your knowledge and experience. Ms. Alana Flammenhaft, Associate Principal. You are always available to staff and students alike, welcoming them with your warmth and trademark wit. We are so appreciative of your dedication and hard work. Mrs. Abby Miller, Associate Principal. You add energy, enthusiasm, and your talents to school every day. Whether needlepoint skills, sourdough recipes, or a warm word of encouragement, our students have gained so much from you in so many ways. Rabbi Yosef Zakatinsky, you work tirelessly on school programming to ensure that the girls have meaningful events throughout the year that are the true spice of the SK experience. Your advice and perspective are greatly appreciated and help us on a daily basis. Mrs. Shira Englinger, your calm demeanor coupled with your warmth and smile help us carry through the year. We each learn from your dedication and deep, deep commitment to our school. Our own we carry with us out to war and in our hearts. The Torah interrupts the story of Sefer Bamidbar to remind us. That while life will always have its challenging moments, we are to remember a lesson so important that it's worthy of its own chapter. Hashem is with us as we travel through life. Vayihi b'nsoa ha'aron, whether it is smooth ride or stormier seas. My hope for you, my dear graduates, is that when you look back on high school, you will never forget the challenging times and the lessons and growth opportunities they brought, but you will also draw strength from the chapter of your life written at 291 Meadowview Avenue, the place we call home, with teachers and faculty who were there to support you and help you grow into the graduate you are today. Just as you've drawn on the help from Hashem and your parents, teachers and friends to write the high school chapter of your life, the road ahead is yours to chart. Whatever life brings in the ideal moments and the real, know that SKA will always be your home. We will always be there for you. SKA, Belev Echad. Our hearts are with you. Please stay connected with us to share both your struggles and triumphs. Your growth inspires us, and we believe in you. We look forward to seeing what each of you accomplish in the next chapter of your life, Be'ezrat Hashem. With the help of Hashem, may He continue to watch over each of our dear graduates, their families, and all of Klal Yisrael as only He can. Mazel tov.
Thank you, Mrs. Kamenetsky. I would now like to call upon our principal, Mrs. Drebin, for her message to the graduates and to introduce our Keter Shem Tov awardee, Kayla Paul.
Parshat Bo concludes dramatically with Makat Bechorot, the plague of the firstborn, and then shifts immediately into a command, Kadesh li kol Bechor, sanctify for me the firstborn. The Torah here draws our attention to the unique status of the firstborn, one that originally held great significance. Historically, a Bechor was entitled to a double portion of inheritance and was initially designated to serve in the Mishkan and the Beit HaMikdash. This special privilege, however, was forfeited at the Maseh HaEgel. Today, the remains of this unique status are modest, limited primarily to washing the hands of the Kohanim before Berchat Kohanim when no Leviim are present. This raises an intriguing question that's posed by Rabbi Adin Steinsaltz. What exactly is the significance of being firstborn? After all, throughout the Torah, we frequently see tension between the oldest and the chosen. Cain, though firstborn, fails morally compared to his brother Hevel. Similarly, great Torah personalities, Yitzchak, Yosef, Yehuda, Moshe, David HaMelech, and Shlomo HaMelech are all examples of those that were not firstborn, and yet they carried forward the legacy of the Jewish people. Nevertheless, the Torah repeatedly highlights the first fruits, Bikurim, first shearling, Reshit Hagaz, first harvest, Truma, and even firstborn animals, whether pure or impure. So why the emphasis on firsts? Rabbi Steinsaltz beautifully explains that the value of firstborn does not stem from inherent superiority, but rather from the special emotional connection we form with what is first. The first fruit picked from a tree may not be the choicest or finest, yet it holds our deepest affection. We vividly remember the first steps our children took, the first words they spoke, their first recital, the first Shema, the first goal they scored, even if these initial attempts were far from perfect. Such moments are etched deeply in our hearts, and nowadays, of course, captured permanently on our phones. Pirkei Avot, Elisha ben Avuya Omer, Halomed Yeled, Lama hu domeh, Lidyok tuva al niyar chadash. V'halomed zakein, Lama hu domeh, Lidyok tuva al niyar machuk. It teaches us that learning Torah as a child is like writing on a fresh, pristine paper, leaving an enduring impact that is far greater than anything learned later in life. This, graduates, brings to you, the class of 2025, a powerful sense that you stand at a unique and sacred moment. You are firstborn in your transition from childhood to adulthood. Ahead of you are choices that will define who you become, your values, your relationships, and your role in shaping the world. How will you navigate these crucial beginnings? The answer lies in the Torah's message, Kadesh li kol Bechor, sanctify your first steps. Begin each new phase of life, each day itself, with Kedusha and intention. Every morning we say Modeh Ani, and often we're half awake, there's not much kavanah, and yet that simple act anchors us to a daily life of purpose. Even if we don't fully grasp its depth at first, the imprint is everlasting. The Gemara in Brachot, Daf Lamed Bet, Amud Bet, shares a remarkable conversation. The Jewish people worry deeply that their mistakes, particularly Chet HaEgel, might forever tarnish their relationship with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And yet Hashem reassures them with compassion, even these will be forgotten. And when the people express a different concern, that perhaps Hashem might someday forget his everlasting promise at Har Sinai, Anochi Hashem Elokecha, Hashem immediately comforts them, and he says, for your sake, I will never forget. Why? Because of the first pure, heartfelt words spoken as a nation. Nase v'nishma. We will do and we will listen. Those words were spoken with sincere devotion, and they are etched eternally into Hashem's memory. When Yehuda pleaded before Yosef, unaware that he was speaking to his brother, he says, Ve'ech ele el avi, va'anar einenu iti. How am I going to go up to my father and the boy is not with me? That phrase can also mean, how will I journey forward in life without my youth, my early lessons, my foundational values of Torah, morality, and menschlichkeit? Graduates, as you embark on your unique journeys, hold these foundational lessons close. Begin each new step in your lives rooted in Torah, mitzvot, and yirat shamayim. Remember that while Cain offered fine produce, Hevel hevi gamhu. Hevel gave something far greater, himself. By dedicating yourselves fully to Hashem, you will be able to experience the pasuk in Tehillim, Titchadesh kanesher ne'uraychi. Your youth will be renewed like the eagles, soaring ever upward. May you be benched with boundless bracha v'hatzlacha in all your endeavors from now ad mea ve'esrim shana. As you move forward into adulthood, remember that dedicating yourselves to Hashem and living by your deepest values is the surest way to positively impact the world around you. Each of you has the potential to elevate your surroundings through quiet strength, humility, and kindness. Indeed, one of your classmates exemplifies this beautifully. A few weeks ago, you were asked to choose a peer who truly embodies these qualities, a person who makes a genuine difference by upholding her principles and uplifting everyone around her. Soft-spoken with quiet leadership, kindness, and sincere dedication, she always fosters community through inclusion and warmth. It is my honor and privilege to call upon this year's Keter Shem Tov awardee, Kayla Paul.
I would like to start off by acknowledging our collective concern for our brothers and sisters in Israel who are currently living in daily threat. And I daven to Hashem for the safety of our Chayalim and for all of Am Yisrael, for a quick and successful end to this war, with the return of all of our hostages and the everlasting peace in Eretz Yisrael. I would now like to express my Hakar Satov to the many people who have influenced my life over the past 4 years. First, to my esteemed principals, rebbeim, morot, and teachers. Thank you for the leadership, the love, the great education, and all of the Torah that you've imparted into each of us. We have been so fortunate to have some of the greatest educators and role models surrounding us, and for that, I thank each and every one of you. I also want to express a deep sense of gratitude and love to my family for supporting me in every way, for showing me the type of person that I want to be, and for always being there for me. A special shout out to my dad for helping me edit my speech so that my sentences actually make sense, and for forcing me to slow down so that you can all understand me today. Happy Father's Day, Poppy. I love you. To the many family members of my SK classmates who are here, those whom I know extremely well, and those who I did not have the great fortune to know as well. You have similarly helped raise the girls who have been my incredible world over the past 4 years, and for that I thank each of you as well. At the end of my 8th grade school year, a faculty member came to speak to us about going to high school. We were told that not everyone will be our best friend, since it is not possible in a school with that many girls, but that is okay. It was at that moment that I decided to take those words as a challenge for the next 4 years of my life. And so, to my 89 best friends, thank you. I love you all.
Yesterday in shul, we read Parshas Baloscha. Bnei Israel complained about the mun, saying that it was not nearly as good as the meat and fish in Mitzrayim. It was at that moment that Moshe has had enough, and he turns to Hashem, begging him to kill him, because he can no longer carry the burden of this nation on his own. Hashem answers him by commanding him to appoint 70 men to share the burden of leadership with him. Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sachs explains that there was nothing that these men could do practically that Moshe could not. He did not need their spiritual help, nor did their knowledge exceed that of Moshe. But they were able to alleviate his isolation. They shared his spirit and helped lighten his burden. Effectively, they gave him the gift of friendship. This friendship was just the thing that Moshe needed to help lift him out of his depression. Friends impact our thoughts, feelings, and actions. Friends change who we are as people. Chazal wrote about this in Pirkei Avot saying, "Aseh lecha rav, uknei lecha chaver, va'avei danas kol adam l'kaf zchus." Make for yourself a rabbi, acquire for yourself a friend, and judge everyone favorably. Why do we have to acquire for ourselves a friend? Why don't Chazal tell us to find or to get for ourselves a friend? While all three words imply the act of receiving or gaining something, the words find and get suggest a more passive or neutral connotation, while acquire emphasizes a purposeful form of obtaining something. Rabbi Dr. Avram Tversky writes in his book, Growing Each Day, that while many people think that they have friends, a true friend in which you can confide in, share your thoughts with, and who helps you grow better is very hard to come by. This is what Chazal are teaching us when they tell us to acquire a friend, that we must truly work hard at developing a relationship and put in effort to make friends who help us become better people. The Rambam says that there are three types of friends: a friend for gain, a friend for confidence, and a friend for righteousness. A friend for gain is like the friendship between two business partners or two girls who study together before a big test. A friend for confidence is that person you know that you can say anything to, good or bad, and they won't judge you. This is a person you enjoy spending time with, and you know that you can be yourself around them. And lastly is the friend for righteousness. This is a friend who shares your desires and intentions for good. A friend who helps you reach your goals and become better because they too want to become better. This last one, the one who helps us transform into better people, is a type of friend that we are commanded to acquire. For the past 4 years, we have been creating friendships that embody all three of these categories of the Rambam. But most importantly, we have been acquiring for ourselves friends who push us to grow and to live up to our highest potential in Hashem's eyes. I am humbled, honored, and grateful to receive this award, but it also belongs to my family and friends who have pushed me to grow into the person that I am today. I believe that I'm a better person because of each of you incredible friends, and my life has truly been enhanced by all of you. I want to give everyone here a bracha that you should continue to surround yourself with people who help you become a better person and who help you strengthen your avodas Hashem. I look forward to continuing to build in all of our friendships in the years to come and to keep proving to people how we really can all be each other's best friends. Mazel tov to the class of 2025.
Thank you, Kayla. I would now like to call upon Hadassah Klar, fifth and final daughter of our longtime beloved math teacher, Dr. Mila Klar, to deliver her valedictorian address.
I still remember the first Ska graduation I ever attended. I was 5 years old, watching my oldest sister walk across the stage. Then I came back again at 7, and again, and again. Over the years, I've sat in this audience many times, clapping, cheering, and wondering what it would feel like to be up here. And now, it's my turn. But as I stand here today, I know I'm not just standing here for myself. I'm standing here for my classmates, the people I've grown with and laughed with over the past 4 years. I'm standing here for our families, whose faith in us carried us through every step of this journey. And I'm standing here as a representative of something much bigger, a chain of students, parents, and past generations whose dedication and sacrifices made this milestone in our Jewish education possible. At this special moment, I also feel that all of us stand here as a continuation of the Jewish nation at a deeply difficult and historic time for our homeland. The courage and resilience of our brothers and sisters in Israel, many of whom are not much older than we are, remind us that to be a Jew is to carry light even in the darkest places, and to believe in hope even when it seems impossible. This past week's Parsha introduces the mitzvah of kindling the light of the menorah, the symbol of our nation's eternal light. The Torah writes, "Speak to Aaron and say to him, when you light the lamps, the 7 lamps shall give light inwards toward the face of the menorah." Rav Avraham Yitzchak HaKohen Cook comments on these words and asks, why is there a need for 7 separate branches? Why not use just one torch or lamp? Rav Cook explains that each branch of the menorah represents a different path to achieving light and wisdom, teaching us that there is not one distinct path to wisdom. Rather, the final glow of the menorah is only complete when each diverse lamp is illuminated, and when those diverse lamps shine together in harmony. True light and wisdom can only stem from the harmony created between diverse ideas and pathways. We, the Jewish people, carry on the light of the menorah. Each of us is a distinct branch, shining with unique gifts and abilities. The Torah teaches us that we must each discover our own light, but also reminds us that this light isn't meant to shine outward alone. Like the branches of the menorah, which all pointed inwards toward the center, our lights must shine toward the center, toward one another, and toward the Torah, our shared source of truth. By learning from each other and appreciating other paths, we don't lose our light, we expand it. We must shine inward to inspire each other and see the truth and meaning in each person's unique path. The diversity of our passions and experiences is not a weakness, it's our strength. This is why the menorah had to be formed from a single block of gold, mikshe zahav, and not many separate pieces. Even though we branch in different directions, we are part of something whole and united. We, the 89 students of the class of 2025, come from different backgrounds, cultures, and interests. Under the vision and care of our administration, we were encouraged to discover our light and find the courage to share it. That light took many forms: in the energy of the basketball court, discussions in the Beit Midrash, and chesed throughout our community. Together, these individual flames, sparked by each student, illuminated our entire grade. Thank you to my dear classmates for being such an integral part of this journey, for lifting each other up, celebrating success together, and helping to bring out the radiance that each of us holds. We are deeply grateful to our teachers and rabbis who taught us with passion, patience, and care. You created an environment where each of us could express our own unique voice and style in learning and growing. You didn't just teach us material, you brought it to life, showing us how the lessons we learned apply far beyond the classroom. You empowered each of us to discover our strengths and unique light. Of course, none of this would have been possible if not for our first teachers, our parents and families. High school was our journey, but it was yours too. Mama and Daddy, you built a home deeply rooted in Torah, but you also showed me how to find and appreciate sparks of wisdom in diverse places and opinions. The values you instilled in me guide me each day. As we leave the walls of SKA and enter the larger world, we step forward not just as individuals, but as part of a living story of the Jewish nation. Now, it is our turn to write the next chapter of our people's journey. May all our SKA experiences and lessons empower us to continue developing and sharing our light with the world.
Beautifully done, Hadassah, without even looking at her paper. Now we know why she's valedictorian and I was not. I would like to call upon Ms. Alana Flamenoft, Mrs. Abby Miller, Mrs. Shira Englander to join me as I call each graduate to receive her diploma. I'd also like to call Mrs. Zahavat Mandelbaum and Mrs. Bonnie Siklik to present a gift to each of the graduates on behalf of the Parent Council. If the first row of graduates could please rise. Abby, tell me if I'm going too fast, like if they're not up to the name. Ready? Michaela Abayev. Michal Ajoku. Nomi Axelrod. Zahava Bakritsky. Libby Benjamini. Rebecca Berg. Julia Berry. Maytal Batia. Esti Blas. Miriam Bandar. Liat Brandspiegel. Betty Cohn. Tamar Cohn. Rachel Dax. Leah Don. Goldie Diamond. Shoshana Dubin. Gabriella Ekman. Esti Adlitz. Ariella Englander. Rivka Englander. Ariella Fagan. Naomi Feiner. Adina Flug. Daphna Flug. Shira Friedman. Tamara Fuchs. Chaya First. Leah Gantrow. Sorry. Talia Garfield. Ruth Ginsburg. Danielle Goldglant. Sarah Goldstein. Talia Goodstein. Jordana Greenberg. Michal Greenblatt. Atara Gutman. Liba Hecht. Basya Herman. Kayla Herman. Leora Herman. Yaira Herskowitz. Ayala Hoshander. Nava Hurwitz. Eden Israeli. Shana Jacobowitz. Abby Karkowski. Shiri Katz. Hadassah Klar. Celia Klein. Leora Clear. Ayelet Koenig. Goldie Kuflick. Shani Laufer. Chayasara Lilonik. Sarah Lib. Mali Lieber. Gabrielle Mordowitz. Leora Moskowitz. Avigail Nasir. Nava Newman. Sarah Niasov. Dara Ordentlich. Sarah Ovadia. Olivia Pabilski. Kayla Paul. Tamar Pinkasov. Maya Pollock. Shoshana Rappaport. Racheli Redkinski. Ora Rohinsky. Sari Roman. Sima Roth. Ariana Rossman. Miriam Ratlevi. Talia Shupak. Romima Shakui. Ilana Silvera. Eliana Smulevitz. Rochelle Soleimani. Tali Sazne. Daphna Steinmetz. Avtalia Teitelbaum. Ashley Tubian. Talia Tzor. Shani Waxman. Zipporah Wintner. Leah Yadgarov. Rachel Yadgarov. If everyone could remain in their seats until the conclusion of the program, I would now like to call upon Mrs. Sandy Pomeranz to conclude the graduation ceremony.
I would like to wish a hearty Mazel Tov to the SKA graduating class of 2025. Graduates, I ask you now to rise and face your parents. It is through your parents' efforts that you are at this point today. Please remain facing them while I state that you have officially completed the requirements for a high school diploma as outlined by the Board of Education of the State of New York, as well as the Stella K. Abraham High School for Girls. By the power vested in me by the State of New York and the Stella K. Abraham High School for Girls, I ask that you now move your tassels from right to left. I now proclaim you graduates of the Stella K. Abraham High School for Girls. Mazel tov. Parents, please remain seated while the graduates take their leave. Graduates, you are now dismissed.
Here at SKA, our home, our love for Torah is truly shown. We've got that ruach and that spunk. We turn our learning into fun. Teachers there to lend a hand. For great values they do stand. Dancing, singing, so much food. Always there to change our mood. Come on, let me hear you say SKA all the way. Friendships that will always stay. Freshmen, sophomore, juniors, seniors, we all stand believe echad. Stella can't believe echad. Production, chagigas, Ska Graduation, so much fun. Let's design our destiny with Derby, let's ski. There's choices from me
You may use all four corners of the room to exit. You may exit from all doors. Please move all the way into the tent. Please move all the way into the tent. Please use all to exit. Please use all four doors.
Wooden floors. Sonics we will always score. Girls from places near and far. Each girl reaching for the stars. Together forming our own path. The memories will always last. Come on, let me hear you say SKA all the way. Friendships that will always stay. Freshmen, sophomore, juniors, seniors, we all stand b'leidachon. Stella came b'leidachon. Production, chagigas, skabaton, so much fun. Let's design our destiny with Derby and Ski. Best choices from me. This is our home, our love, our pride. Hands up for this 4-year ride of our lives. There's no place like this. There's just so much in store. Hashem, it all comes from you. We try to do the best we can do. SKA instills the best values within us. SKA all the way. Friendships that will always stay. Freshmen, sophomore, juniors, seniors, we all stand b'leidachon. Stella came